The second one, and this is one that sort of surprises people a lot, but is really important. And this is knowing what your market is for your project, for your screenplay. And this is one of the things that film schools do not teach, but it's really important is when you're writing a screenplay, obviously you've got that passion and desire to tell that story. But what you have to know is what your market is. Now, you might not know it exactly. It's great if you do, but at the start, you want to think about where is my project aimed at? Because there's lots of different markets out there. And those markets, that includes just partly who's the audience. Is this a film that's aimed at 35 to 55-year-old females? Or is this predominantly the market for, if it's a horror film, the market is 15 to 30-year-olds? So partly it's knowing that market, but also, is this something that is intended now is it for streaming services? Is it theatrical release? So, people kind of write us think, getting your film at the cinema is sort of the ultimate, but that's just one angle. Most films that are made never will get to the big screen. And now the streaming services replaced, us in the group are a bit older, will know when it was, the DVD market. And there's that whole straight to DVD film. So, when you go into a DVD or even a video store back earlier than that, there are all those films that you see all these films and you go, I've never ever heard of them. They never went to the cinema. And those are specifically made for the DVD market, which is now the online streaming market. And that will affect how the project is going to be pitched, written, and produced. And the other part might just be which parts of the world you're aiming your project at. So, for example, for those who know that I'm directing a horror film at the moment, the market we know for that in part is targeted at Southeast Asian markets because it's a ghost horror and we know they're very popular in that market. So we're specifically targeting at that audience and that market when we write and pitch the screenplay. And these are the kind of things also what's interesting is, and I'm not sure if you had, meetings with producers, some of them will ask this in a first meeting, even in a first conversation, what's your market for the film? And this is what kind of throws you the first time when you're like, oh hang on. I just got this great idea that I'm really passionate about and you're going to love this scene in the moment. They'll be like, who are you pitching it at? So it's knowing that in advance will really help with those meetings and actually your project.